Hey guys, LootWizard here with another video on Gems of War, and yes, it's Monday, so we're going through a Soulforge video again. We're going to see what we can craft. We're going to take a look at the new troop and the event that's going on this week, so let's go right into it. Soulforge, starting with the weapons, see if there's anything in here worth crafting. We got the Staff of Whitehelm. I can't recommend this weapon. Anything that removes gems really isn't that good in my opinion as far as weapons go. If it destroyed gems or if it exploded gems, it would be better. Let's take a look at what's below here. We have the Doom Scripture, Divine Protector. What is this Guardian Hammer? Let's take a look. Okay, so that's one of these weapons that just generates mana for the Whitehelm allies. I don't recommend getting that. Duskbringer. Oh, hey. Looks like they finally came out with, I heard some rumors about this, that they were coming out with another weapon. There's the Dawnbringer weapon that you have to save up like 2 million souls to craft, and now there's the Duskbringer weapon. Deals damage to all enemies boosted by purple allies and enemies. Deathmark all enemies. If there are 13 or more brown gems, gain 2 magic. So this thing, I probably will try to craft it. I'm kind of out of the loop as what's going on with this weapon. It looks like there's 3 different things here that we have to craft first. And I don't know what those 3 things are. I can't click on them to see what they are. One of you guys probably already knows. If you do, feel free to comment in the comment section below this video and let me know what's going on with this. How can we craft these 3 things here so that we can craft the Duskbringer? That would be really, really good. But as far as like the Doom Scripture here, I don't like these weapons because scatter damage just really isn't that good on them. They're not worth the 900 diamonds to craft. However, Divine Protector, this weapon used to be way better than it is now, but it is still one of the better weapons that you can get. There's a lot of good Divine ally troops, and you can make Divine troops start with 40% mana with the Divine Ishbala troop. And then also this weapon, once you have it fully upgraded, it will barrier itself as well as creating the mana for your Divine troops, so that is a big plus. So if you have the 300 diamonds and you to waste on this, I would say get it, just because you probably will end up using it from time to time. But other than that, let's head over here to the troops. Let's check out the summoning stones first. See if there's anything in here that's worth trying to get. We have Desert Troll here. I really don't use the Desert Troll as much as I do Sea Troll, and I forget what the other one's called. Hey, we got Aziris in here. I always recommend trying to get this guy because I don't use him a lot in PvP, although it could be good for that, but I use it a lot for delves and for special events. It really is a underrated troop, I think, because you can transform a selected gem into a skull. Very low mana cost, and it does have magic link, so you're going to get a boost to mana, and it has such a low mana cost of 6. But this combined with the weapon Mang is just really, really incredible combination. So if you don't have Aziris, now is the time to try to get him there in the red summoning stones. Moving on to yellow. Don't see anything there. Purple. Nah, I can't recommend to try to get any of those. Nothing here either. So basically, the only troop I'm recommended in the summoning stones this week is Aziris, right down here. Try to get that guy if you don't have them. Moving on to the legendary and mythic troops. So for legendaries, we have Celastasia. And then we have Queen Isabel, we have King Salness, and we have Sol Zara. So out of all of these, I'm going to say King Salness is the best of the legendary troops, just because there's a lot of great wild folk troops in the game, and this is the legendary troop for wild folk, and it creates a starting mana of 50% for all wild folk. And it does some decent damage. It deals splash damage to an enemy, which splash damage is going to hit the troop above and below the one that you select. So whenever you use splash damage like this that's targeted, you should always select the two middle troops to attack instead of the top and the bottom one, because that's how you're going to maximize your damage. Beyond that, it steals one magic from all enemies affected by its spell, and then it burns all enemies. So, and it's only 14 mana cost. Pretty good legendary troop there. So, the rest of the legendaries, not really fantastic, but my second is probably going to be Queen Isabel here. Kind of an awkward troop to work with, but it does work well with things like Mang and weapons like that. Moving on to mythic troops, we have Plague, we have Stonehammer, we have Sycorax, and Amarok. So this is going to be a little hard one for me to decide which one of these is the best mythic troop, because they're all kind of in a category of a lower tier. Plague is definitely super bottom tier. This thing is just not good. I don't even own one of these yet, and I don't know if I will craft it. I've been trying to collect all the mythics, and I'm pretty close, but I don't know if I'm going to craft this, because I'm waiting for that newer mythic that came out, the first campaign one, the Kurandra, or however you say it, because that one is pretty powerful, and I want to get that one, and I don't have enough to craft like 2 mythics, so I think I'm going to skip Plague this time around. Then we have Stonehammer, which it is one of the best defense troops in the game, but I would focus in on the best damage mythic troops first, and then you can decide which one of the more defensive troops to craft. But this is a really strong defense troop. Then we have Sycorax, which is basically a mana generator. It doubles a chosen color of gem on the board, then creates 3 more gems of that color. Give 28 life to all allies of that color. It also gives elemental allies 1 attack and armor at the start of each turn. It can be really good in certain situations. You can gain a lot of life if you have a team that's all of like blue or brown or green that shares a color with Sycorax. And if you just keep, doubling the mana of that color on the board, you're going to gain a lot of life for all your allies. So it can be a powerful mana generator and kind of support troop in that sense. Amarok, this one, I haven't played around with it a lot since I got it months back. It has a chance to devour the enemy boosted by red gems and burning enemies. If an enemy dies, it creates 9 red gems. So I would say this one is really, I don't know, Devour is good, but the fact that there's such a low % chance here and you have to rely on red gems in order to boost that up there, it's going to be a little harder to guarantee Devour chances on that guy. So I think I'm going to say probably Sycorax is going to be number 1 this week for me, just because of its utility. Mana generation is really important. And in my opinion, damage troops are the most important troops, and then mana generation is the second most important troops. Because if all you have is mana generating troops on your team, you're not going to win your battle. You got to have some damage. So that's why damage troops are the most important. But your damage troops they need mana. So that's why I say that the second most important type of troop is for mana generation. And then the third most important type of troop is going to be a defensive troop. But that's how I see it. So Sycorax is going to be my number 1 pick, and I think I'm going to actually have to say, even though Amarok does do damage, the Devour chance is so low here. Yeah, you get an extra 4% chance. Every red gem on the board, you're going to get an extra 4% chance to Devour, but even if you get it up to like 40-50% chance to Devour, you're still going to get frustrated by attacking with it, and you're going to get a lot of misses. So I think I'm going to have to go with Stonehammer as the second most important one in here, just because it generates mana as well as being a defense troop. And like I said, mana generation is the second most important type of troop in the game. So, and then, you know, Amarok will come in third for me, and then Plague is going to be in very last 4. So that's how I see the troops and their importance to craft them this week. So that's pretty much that. Let's go over to the shop and get our weekly troop here. Get my Spoils of War first, and let's check out what they did with the newest troop. It's called Sir Alamir. Can't talk today. Anyway, you get 2 Arcane Blood Trait Stones for 400 Glory on this guy. So I believe the Titan class does take Arcane Blood Trait Stones. So if you don't have the Titan class fully traded yet, now's the time to get enough to do that. And I'm sure there's legendary and mythic troops that require that trait stone as well. Let's take a look at what he does. He creates 8 red and 8 yellow gems, deals 28 damage to the first enemy, and burn them. So kind of a basic mana generator. Not bad. I mean, I got way better mana generators, but, I mean, it's not the worst new troop that they've given us. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this guy. Alright, let's check out the event. It's called the Burning Axe. And we're going to have to go to the shop because we need to get ourselves a medal. Got our first badge. Got our second badge. One more. Alright, now we got our medal. So let's go back and equip the medal so we can set up a team. Looks like it's 160% spell damage for all troops in this event, so we're going to be dealing with making a team around spell damage. So let's go in here, let's just pick one of these. And, hey, wait a minute here, I didn't see what restrictions are. Okay, so troop restrictions is the Kingdom White Helm. So we're in the weapons that we're going to use are probably restricted to that kingdom too. So we might not have a lot of good choices here. Let's see. Guard's Avatar, if you do have it, it's probably going to be good because it does spell damage to all enemies and boosted by its armor. We have Holy Saint Astra, which is a fantastic support troop. Gargoyle is amazing. So we do have a good troop here. Splash damage boosted by all allies' attack. Explodes 2 gems. That's a really great troop. See if there's anything else here that does some decent damage. Yeah, there's not a lot of troops here that are going to do damage to all enemies. Guard's Avatar, I think, is the only one that is doing damage to all enemies. And then otherwise you got splash damage with Gargoyle. I'm probably going to make a team around Gargoyle, honestly, because that's awesome. This right here is a really good tank troop. I might throw this guy at the top just because he's amazing. Or she. I don't know. I don't know which it is. Let's take a look at the weapons. See what we have here. It's already on base rarity. And it looks like a lot of support type of troops. Not a whole lot of, like, actual damage. That's a little disappointing. Little disappointing here. I mean, I guess we don't even have to use our hero. If we tried to make a Divine team, we could use the Divine Protector weapon there. Let's see. I mean, Guard's Avatar is Divine. This here is Divine. So what I'm seeing is that you could go one of two ways. You could try... We got Mercy, which is a great starting mana generator. I'm going to throw that in there. And so you could go this Gargoyle route. And you could even do this. Like, don't even have a class in here. And just do, like, 2 Gargoyles, Mercy. And if you did want to put a weapon up there, you could. Just to get some class XP. Could do something like that. Let's see. This is going to transform purple gems to yellow. So you would want, if you're going to replace a Silent Sentinel, you would want a weapon that uses yellow for this. So if you do have Guardian Crown, it's a really great tank weapon. but it's not going to do any damage. Staff of St. Ostra is more just support. So, not a lot of options there, but you could do a team like this. Or you could do a team... If you got Guard's Avatar in here, and if you do have the weapon Divine Protector, and then... I'm going to go ahead and throw this in here. And, I mean, we're pretty much going to rely just on Guard's Avatar for this kind of setup here. Because this is going to, well, this is going to do a little damage, but the whole point of this, too, is going to generate mana for Divine Allies. And if we selected a class with the Priest class, which is Divine, wherever the Priest is. Where is the Priest class? I just got the Priest up to level 100, actually. Recently. And I got it all the way down here, so all my Divine Allies gain 2 life every turn. And for banners, what is it generating? It's generating yellow and red, but I also want that. So let's do yellow and green. Let's do something like that, I guess. I don't like the negative on blue, but double yellow. Yeah, everything we can do is just do this. Not a lot of selections here of weapons or troops to use. Not really the greatest event. So, guess we could use that skull. Once you get your Guard Avatar up, it's pretty much over. One hit, because we're getting 160% spell damage on this. So that's all you need to wipe out the troops in these early levels. So yeah, that's all the ideas I got for you guys for this event. Not much to really select from, unfortunately. So, and yeah, if any of you guys know how to craft this Duskbringer down here, how do we craft these 3 things? So if any of you guys know that, let me know in the comment section below. Thanks for watching as always, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Later.